Mr. Mulligainz has just landed here in Birmingham, and we have our first Mulligainz Meetup in England for the year going ahead, and we're going to a rage room, which is essentially a place where you just get to go and smash up some shit. You might be like, that isn't really a fitness endeavour, it sounds like a crazy person's endeavour. However, you wouldn't realise how much of our fitness and our health and everything is actually connected to how we feel, and how much letting out these emotions can help rather than trying to keep them in. I think so many people get stuck with their emotions and not knowing what to do with them, and so you express it in food, and whether that be by restricting food or whether that be by overeating on food. Everybody has their own way to deal with things. So I think engaging in activities as a community where you do things together and you get to act and be like a kid smashing up stuff in a room just sounds unbelievable. I've never done it before. I'm going to take you along with me. So if you have ever thought of going to a rage room, or have ever wanted to experience getting your anger out, you're going to watch this video and it'll be quite funny. But yeah, it's one of the things I try and set and do with the Mulligainz method and with my coaching clients, is bring everyone together to try new things together so that you don't feel nervous doing it by yourself, but also getting the experience of meeting like-minded people who are maybe struggling with the same things means that you feel less alone in it, which I think is something that's super important. Because when you feel less alone in it, you have people to reach out to for help when you feel stuck, rather than just giving up. But I think when we feel alone in things, that's instantly where I feel like, oh, I'm not good enough, I'm shit, I'm useless, until you just pack it all in. So yeah, I think that's one of the reasons why I organise these events. I try to bring our online community together, and today we have 6 or 7 of us coming together. I've met a couple of them before, not met other people before, but every single one of them that are coming, I'm super proud of them for even just showing up, because it is a nerve-wracking thing. Even for me now, going to this meetup, I always get a little bit nervous because there's people that I haven't met there. And as adults, I think it's harder to meet people who are like-minded, which is why I think communities and groups that come together to achieve a like-minded goal is so good. So I'm super excited, actually.
Remember that night at the Hippodrome? You never knew that look when you look at me. Nervous as hell, so I didn't win a lot. You're the salt and the lemon on the top. Heart quicking south of the river. Mouth full of Vinny, sitting cans full of liquor. Street light flickers, feel it in my blood. Any which way I turn out, the lights burn dimmer. And heart quicking south of the river. Mouth full of Vinny, sitting cans full of liquor. Street light flickers, feel it in my blood. Any which way I turn out, the lights burn dimmer. And the lights burn dimmer.
And I forgot to record the rest of the day. Plus, I don't like sticking the camera in people's faces. But hopefully this gives you a little bit of an insight that the Mulligainz method is a little bit more than just weight loss, or it's a little bit more crack than just counting your calories, or it's a little bit more fun than always being focused on weight loss or how fat you are or whatever it might be. And that's one thing that I've always wanted to bring to the fitness industry, is the other side of it, where we're less weight focused, where we're working towards a combined goal together, and as a community we can do kind of fun things. And again, that might not look like it, but it's actually exercise, it's movement, and you feel great after it. And as I said just at the beginning of this video, it's a way to take out those emotions, or ways to get out feelings that isn't put towards food, which is what often we use. And I think that that's where a lot of us struggle, because I always say it, and it's something that is so true, and it's that weight gain or weight loss is disconnected from food. A lot of the times it's actually connected to how we're feeling, or thoughts, and loads of different things. So to solve those problems will actually solve the issue. It's not always just about going straight to the food and changing your nutrition. It's about looking at why we're overeating, and a step before what most people kind of look at. As I say, like, it's internal problems externally appearing is generally what happens regards to weight. So if we can help reduce stress in as many different ways as possible, we'll be more successful. And you never know, someone might find enjoyment in smashing shit up and realize maybe I'll become a demolition man, and then therefore there's a form of activity or exercise that you'll be able to keep up and stay consistent with, because that's one of the most important things. If you can't stay consistent with the journey, you don't enjoy it, there's no chance that you're going to be able to keep it up. If you don't keep it up, whatever results you get are going to be pointless anyways, because there's no point only losing weight to put it all back on. That's a double kick in the balls. I'd rather just stay overweight in the first place. So hopefully you can kind of see that from the couple of clips here of what we're kind of, our goal is in the Mulligainz method. It's not about, as I said, just weight loss. It's about building a community of sick people around us, doing some fun shit. And as I also said, doing things that you typically maybe wouldn't do by yourself, or that you might find hard. Our last meetup was actually with saunas and ice baths, because I know it can be an uncomfortable thing for people who are uncomfortable with their body to show up to. But if you're showing up in a room with other people who are maybe a little bit uncomfortable, I feel like that makes it a little bit easier, starting things with people. And again, all of those guys and myself, we've all just talked online and been going back and forth, and obviously I've been coaching, and those guys have all been receiving the coaching but also helping each other, which I think is a massive part of weight loss. Feeling less alone with it, because when you feel alone with all your problems, like maybe you go over your calories or you overeat, knowing that you're not the only one who's done that, I think makes it a little bit easier. And also realizing that, look, eating chocolate, sweets, crisps, all these things is normal as well. It helps, especially in the non-extreme end of things. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. And if anybody has any questions or you want to jump on board the Mulligainz method, drop me a message. No hard sales pitch here. Again, I only want people jumping in here that fit right within the community. And again, are looking for a change further past the scales. I think that that's so important. But as you can see, it's kind of funny if you go back and look at the start of this video, how much we got a little bit more crazy as it went on. At the start, we were all a little bit reserved, hitting the glass bottles or whatever, and then at the end we were smashing shit up. But after that, we literally just went for a bit of food, enjoyed a bit of time together. And I think that's another thing as well. Like, we all were able to sit around a table and have food together. In what other fitness programs do you see that happening? Because normally you're like, oh, my coach is going to be looking at what I'm eating or telling me I can't have this or that. But again, enjoyment of food and removing guilt and all of that is so important. And that's one part of the Mulligainz method that I'm extremely proud of, is that it's not restrictive and it's not a place of exclusion. It's a place of inclusion, and we all do cool shit together. And sometimes we do things that are uncomfortable for me to do, and sometimes we do shit that although you might not want to do it at the beginning, at the end of it you'll get some payoff. So again, a massive thank you for all the guys who came along. Adam, Mike, we have Suzanne, we had Kate, we had so many show up, and that was absolutely brilliant, especially going across to England. Our next meetup will probably be in Ireland somewhere. We're going to be touching at the VHI mini marathon. We're going to be catching up a little bit for a couple of the girls who are going running the mini marathon. So if there's any of you guys that follow me on Instagram, I might see you there, and you might see some of the Mulligainz crew there as well. Don't be afraid to come over and chat and say hello. But yeah, thank you for tuning in this video, and hopefully you've taken something from it. If something, maybe it be that you're not alone on your journey, and maybe it's to go out and try shit that's maybe uncomfortable or a little bit strange, because you never know, it might actually help you.